After breakfast, we cleared the table and it was time to start school. I usually start with my 11-year-old because he likes to get it out of the way. We are using All About Reading and we are making really good progress with it. He does have some difficulties with retaining new information and even just holding on to things that he's already learned. So repetition is key. Now, that can get pretty boring at times, but he is obsessed with all things animals and sea creatures. So I've learned that the best thing I can do with him is find books about things he actually likes, and this way he won't mind practicing his reading so much. Next up is my 8-year-old, and similar to my 11-year-old, he does have some working memory issues as well, and so a lot of repetition is important for him. I try to play games and activities that he enjoys, just doing whatever I can to keep him engaged and hopefully not make learning such a chore. Like a lot of boys, he does have the problem with staying still, and so keeping him focused and on task is always a challenge. Finally, I'm doing school with my 13-year-old, and he also performs better with one-on-one instruction. We are currently using Essentials in Writing for English, and that's what you see us doing. We're just reviewing a previous lesson and making sure he understands those concepts. I actually really enjoy this curriculum, but he despises it. So again, keeping the boys engaged is the theme. This is the first year that I am not doing school with my older girls, and I really do miss that. I really enjoyed doing history and literature with them. We read a lot of great books and had really great conversations now that they're getting older. But my boys needed a little more support, so it was time for the girls to move on without me. They do periodically check in if they have questions, and of course if I have to grade a test or something like that, but generally speaking, they're pretty much on their own. They use teaching textbooks for math and a variety of other things that I piece together for the rest of their curriculum. After school, it was time to make lunch. We had cheeseburgers for dinner last night, so we had a bunch of lettuce, tomato, and onions left over, and I decided to add that to their sandwiches. We typically don't have all those extras, so it was a nice treat. At this point, it was around 7 o'clock, and I finally did manage to get a couple of things done after lunch, including putting my 3-year-old down for a nap and finally getting dressed. I was about to work out, but my husband asked if I can give him a haircut, so I did that instead. I have been cutting his hair since COVID when all the barbershops closed. And even though I don't feel confident doing it, he hasn't complained of a haircut yet. It does save us a lot of money and it saves him a lot of time, so we'll just continue to do it. I actually cut everyone's hair, including my own. Next, I had to vacuum up all the hair and start getting ready to clean my kitchen. It was about 7:30 at this point, and typically this is around the time that my husband is done working outside, and he will usually come in and just chat and touch base because during the day he's busy and I'm busy, so we really don't get much time to talk to each other. The kitchen was pretty messy because I was tired after last night's dinner and I never got around to cleaning up. So, although I did manage to load those dishes, I did not put them away this morning. I really try hard to keep on track with that because I hate having the dishes pile up. I'm just trying to clean up a little bit here before it gets messy again when I make dinner. Here I'm plugging in the griddle I used to make the burgers because since I didn't clean it when it was hot, all the food bits are now stuck on. I'm just pouring some hot water on it and just letting all those stuck on pieces soften so it's easier to clean. While that's happening, I'm getting out all the things I need to make pizza. I love making pizza because it's something I can do last minute. Oftentimes, I forget to take out meat to defrost the night before, so when dinner rolls around, I'm scrambling. Pizza requires no foresight on my part, so it's great. Even though I've made pizza dozens of times, I can never remember how much yeast, sugar, flour, and salt it needs. I think my mind is always going in a million directions, and I just can't be bothered memorizing recipes. While the dough is rising, I'm just washing out my griddle and some other random pans that also needed to be cleaned. Now that everything is put away, I feel like I can finally start making pizza. I actually double the recipe so I end up with 4 full sheet pans, and that's just a perfect amount for my size family. We've been buying our cheese in bulk from a local Amish community, and that's been working out really nicely. Even though I did prefer the convenience of shredded cheese when making pizza, this tastes much better and melts a lot nicer than the stuff I used to buy at the supermarket. And no, I don't use an entire 10 pounds of cheese to make pizza, but I do use about half. Rolling out the dough is the hardest part, especially when you're making 4 big trays. But other than that, the rest of it comes together pretty quickly. With a big family like ours, there are always strong opinions about food preferences. But I do try to accommodate their palates, so I make some with garlic, some without, some with oregano, some without, some with pepperoni, and you guessed it, some without. It's 8 o'clock and all 4 pizzas are baking. It really helps having 2 ovens with a big family. I decided that I had a little time to squeeze in my workout, so that's what I'm doing now. This is usually when I get most of my workouts done. It seems to be the time of day that works best for me, even though I usually am pretty tired at that time, but I just don't have the time earlier in the day. My little guy decided to join me at this point, which was so cute. Documenting my weight loss journey is the reason why I started this channel, and I hope that one day as I start to lose weight and become healthier, I might be an encouragement to someone else that thinks they're too far gone like I did. I am currently taking the weight loss drug Zepbound, and in just 3 weeks, I've been able to lose about 8 pounds. And I know that's not a whole lot of weight, but even that small amount has already really improved my physical ability and even my relationship with food. And I know I'm really sounding like a spokesperson, but I'm just so happy with it, and it's really working great for me, and I'm just excited to keep going. Right around here, I was really starting to feel the burn and get my heart rate up, and I was almost done with my workout when one of my daughters came in to let me know that I was needed. I probably shouldn't multitask so often because I do get distracted pretty easily, and sometimes this is the result. Okay, it is now 12:16 and I am officially off duty. I am so tired. I'm just going to drink my protein shake and I'm going to go to bed. Which, this is crazy by the way, that I'm even drinking a protein shake as a midnight snack. Never would have happened 2 weeks ago. But I hope you enjoyed watching this video and just kind of getting an idea of what my life is like and a typical day in my life is. I've always found those videos interesting, so maybe you found it a little bit interesting and maybe even a little entertaining. So that's it. I'm going to bed. Bye guys.